I think I might be falling in love with my wife. I'm not sure what to do about it.
This situation is all sorts of tangled up, and it feels way heavier than it should.
4 years ago, I lost my wife. Complications during childbirth, something rare, when our second son was born.
I was deployed at the time, and coming back to that, well, it hit like a freight train.
I was lost. Nothing seemed like it could make me feel anything again.
My boys, 6 and 4 now, are amazing, but it's a lot doing this alone.
That's when I turned to Cass, my buddy's sister's friend.
She was around 20, just coming out of a rough breakup with an abusive ex. She was deep in debt, but she agreed to help me in exchange for a place to stay.
At first, it was simple.
She helped with the kids and kept the house in shape. She asked to borrow some cash to see a doctor for shaky hands. She didn't have insurance, and I didn't think twice. She was like a godsend.
Cass took over cooking and cleaning, doing things I hadn't expected from someone just helping out.
Turns out, she had a neurological issue, likely from the abuse she'd been through.
Things seemed straightforward. She needed healthcare, and I had insurance.
I didn't plan on moving on from my wife, and Cass was dealing with her own issues with intimacy. We agreed to marry, but we kept it platonic, and I helped her get out of debt with a prenuptial agreement. It wasn't ideal, but we both needed someone.
Even if it wasn't in the traditional sense. The last 3 years have been a surprise. Cass turned out to be incredible.
The house is always clean, there's food when I get home, and she's worked nights as a baker, almost paying off her debt. Her health's better, too, thanks to the care she got. She's been wonderful with the boys, talking to them about their mom, showing them pictures, taking them places, even helping my 4-year-old learn to read. He's going to be ahead of the curve next year. Sometimes he calls her mommy, but she always reminds him that she's Cass, and his real mom's the one in the photo above the fireplace. Once her debt's cleared, the boys are in school, and she has some savings. Cass plans to go into nursing. We've kept things platonic, but we care for each other deeply. I've cried on her shoulder more times than I can count, and she's done the same for me. We've had our disagreements, like the time I got mad when she took the boys to see Santa without me, but we worked through it.
That was 2 years ago. Since then, our arguments have been small and manageable. She knows how to calm me when I'm upset.
It's hard to explain, but she gets me in a way no one else does.
Now, I think I'm falling for her.
Little things are standing out, the way she smells, the way she smiles, how she laughs, the way she looks at me. The boys adore her, and she's beautiful, hardworking, and one of the strongest people I've ever met.
A few nights ago, after we put the boys to bed, I almost kissed her.
Lately, her goodbyes have lingered a little longer.
The other day, she was napping in my bed, and I found myself wanting to join her, not for anything physical, just to be close. I don't know what to do about this.
It's been 4 years since my wife passed, but I can't stop thinking about Cass. I used to think nothing would replace my wife, but now, I can't stop thinking about Cass, and it feels like I'm betraying my wife. I still miss her, but I never thought I'd move on.
Now, I want to be with Cass, not just physically, but romantically. I don't know how to bring it up.
I don't want to make her uncomfortable, but this is becoming hard to ignore.
I was thinking of asking her to dinner, just the two of us, and talking about it. But what if she's not interested? How can I even tell?
The other day, after a tough time with the boys, I brought her flowers, and she was over the moon. She gave me a long hug and kissed me on the lips. I didn't expect that, and I'm still not sure what it means. TLDR, I married my best friend's sister for healthcare after my wife passed, and now I think I'm falling for her.
What should I do? Update, an hour later, after reading your comments, I've decided to tell her. I made a reservation at her favorite restaurant.
Her brother's watching the kids, and if she's not into it, she can stay at his place. She just paid off her debt today and texted me a picture of the check. Our 3-year anniversary is coming up, and I'm planning to bring it up then. I'm nervous, but I'll tell her during dessert.
I'll update you all afterward. Thanks for the support.
Update 1, I told Cass how I feel tonight, May 30th, 2013.
Everything went better than I could have hoped. Just got home. Time to spend time with my wife. I'll update again tomorrow. Update 2, spent the night cuddling and kissing my wife. Honestly, it still feels unreal, but it was a great night. May 30th, 2013. Here's what went down. At first, our younger son said he ate a giant fuzzy spider, which sent Cass into panic mode, wanting to take him to the hospital. He was fine, though. Her brother Joe told her he'd handle it and practically pushed her out of the house so she could celebrate paying off her debt. She didn't seem like she wanted to go, though. I started getting really nervous. We got to the restaurant early, and they had a table ready. Cass ordered wine, which was unusual since she hasn't had much to drink since her breakup, but I figured it was time to celebrate. We tried making small talk, but it felt forced. I knew I needed to tell her soon. Before our entrées even came, I said, "I need to talk to you about something." She didn't smile and said, "I know, Joe told me," and my heart nearly stopped. I apologized, saying I wanted to tell her myself. She reassured me, saying it was fine, and she just wanted me to be happy. I told her I didn't want to make her uncomfortable, but I needed to let her know how I felt and see how she felt about it. It was up to her. She looked at me and said, "It's actually up to you. Do what makes you happy." She added that she was probably going to move out once her nursing program finished but would stay out of the way until then. That's when I realized something was off, so I asked what exactly Joe had told her. She said he told her I was going to dinner to tell her I'd started developing feelings for a girl and was asking if it was okay for me to ask her out. That's when it hit me. Joe had set me up for the most epic pickup line ever. Our entrées came, shrimp and pesto yaki for me, crab legs for her, and I told her yes, I had started developing feelings for someone, but I didn't want it to mess up what we had. She said it wouldn't mess anything up, she still loved the boys and would take care of them in the house. I said I wasn't going to ask the girl out, and she asked, "Why not?" That's when I dropped it, because I'm already on a date with her right now, thanks to Joe, who must know about your planned move and wanted that line. She gave me that look, the one she gives the boys when they say something ridiculous, then smiled and shook her head, asking, "Really?" I nodded and told her I loved her more than anyone else, aside from our kids, and that I'd fallen in love with her. She rolled her eyes, took a sip of her wine, and said, "About damn time, Alex."